I'm, I'm, I'm kidding. It's not Mark. Fire chief? Yeah. Yeah. Good evening. Welcome to the Town of Cicero Planning Board meeting. Would you please join us in the Pledge of Allegiance? Jim, would you lead us off, please?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. First order of business is the approval of the June 5th Planning Board minutes. Any questions or comments? Do we have a motion to approve? Do
Motion to approve.
we have a second?
Second,
Mr. Duval,
Yes.
Mr. Abbey,
Yes.
Ms. Scanlon,
yes.
Mr. Bloss.
Yes.
And I vote yes, minutes have been approved. Now we'll open the meeting to public comment. If there's anybody here that would like to speak to the board on any active application, you can do so now. Please come forward. Given nobody's approach, we'll close the public input and move on to the first agenda item. This is for, we need to set a public hearing for a subdivision for the proposed CarMax project, and it's at 7687 7785 Frontage Road. The applicant here? Good evening. Well, one second. Steve, can you? What else can you do for us?
That better?
Thank you, sir.
So this is just the next step now. They have to, they've got the owner sign the subdivision application that's been submitted. We're working with Steve Drake at the Water Authority. They're designing the water line relocation around the perimeter of the property. And we're working with Kate, your town engineer, on the sewer. And the final plat will have those easements in place when we get to that point. So all we need tonight is, again, to set that public hearing so we can keep the subdivision process moving.
Perfect. We'll open up to questions, Mr. Wall. Any questions?
No.
Mr. Abbey,
I'm all set also.
Scanlon,
I'm all set as well.
Mr. Bloss,
All set.
as am I. Zach,
All set. Thank you.
Neil, you're good. Steve, anything?
I'm all good, thank you.
Neil, would you propose a motion to set the public hearing, please?
Yes, you're gonna move for the adoption of a resolution calling for a public hearing in the matter known as CarMax Auto Superstores, Inc., CEO Centerpoint Integrated Solutions, 7687 7785 Frontage Road. 2 lots of public hearing shall commence at 6:30 PM or soon thereafter, as the matter may be heard at the regular scheduled meeting of the planning board on Monday, July 8th, 2024.
Would somebody like to make that in the form of a motion?
That's in the form of a motion.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Mr. Duval,
Yes.
Mr. Abbey,
Yes.
Ms. Scanlon,
Yes,
Bloss.
Yes.
I vote yes. Public hearing has been scheduled. See you on July 8th. Next agenda item is a continuation of a site plan review. This is for Cicero Dumpster Services at for property at Stewart Drive.
Evening, employer, I'm using your own.
Yeah, thank you.
It'll be the same that you possibly see before.
Tim.
What do you mean possibly? No opinion, sir?
And all the things in the world.
Possibly.
So. We were here for this project. Like 3 or 4 months ago. We were here back 3 or 4 months ago, and if you recall back then, we were originally just kind of looking for a negative declaration for the seeker motion. If you recall, we had a proposed drive coming down through here within the wetland buffer, and it was going to come out here. And the site was more, the building and everything was a little bit more over here. So in that time, things have changed, actually gotten to the better for us. Specifically, we were able to get an easement through the property just to the north of us. There's now a utility and access easement through here on the westerly side of this existing parcel. This is an asphalt parking lot. So the driveway has now been shifted over to the west side of the property here. And the building got shifted a little bit to the west. Still, this is a proposed dumpster storage retail or rental business. Mr. Emerick's business currently is on South Bay Road, and he's looking to move his business to here because he's had so many issues over there. So things have changed a little bit since the last time we came here. Now, we're not dealing with any buffers or any wetlands, so that's all been cleaned up. We have our proposed driveway here, so 6 parking spots on this side. Proposed landscaping, again, we still have the fence going around the building. This is where the dumpsters are gonna be stored. This is an proposed gravel area here with a concrete apron going around the proposed building. We have gotten some comments from Mark Parrish that we have addressed and some from the fire department. Specifically, the fire department, we're working with them. We plan on addressing all their concerns, specifically with the hydrant location and all that. So we are planning on putting a proposed hydrant in this area so that we can have the 400 feet access to meet code requirements for the hydrant location. We don't have a problem with any of that. This one I showed, there's an existing hydrant out here and we showed it. I just read the code incorrectly. So I was assuming that we could just have 400 feet as the crow flies, but that is not how the code reads. So we're gonna revise the plans accordingly so we meet code. We don't have any problem meeting any of the concerns of the fire department. We just gotta make sure we get it right.
How about the turnaround in the?
Yep. So, I apologize.
Let's see if I have that.
Show it. We did, after we got some comments from Mark and the fire department, we revised it. So the plans you have has the turnaround shown on it. So we highlighted in red here, so you can have the proper turnaround right. Try to highlight it.
He says like this. You just told him.
Were you able to find it?
Yeah.
I don't, the
So-
one that just came today that was distributed, I don't know if that we have it on here.
Well, I'll have new prints for you, but yes, we're trying to address the turnaround inside the access area. If Steve goes to there we go. So basically, right here would be our turnaround between this access drive and the gravel drive here. It meets the DOT standards for the turnaround area to get it around. We might have to widen this driveway a little bit. Again, Steve and I were talking a little bit about it, and I'm going to talk to the fire department. We might have to widen this just a little bit in here to make them more satisfied. But again, we have the room, and I'll make sure it's on the next plans and that the fire department's fully acceptable of it before we move forward.
So it looks good on the plan.
Okay.
How does it work in reality?
So
How do people know? How does somebody that's coming in with a dumpster full of stuff know not to plop something there?
yes, we're gonna put well, I guess we were gonna put a note on the plan specifically stating that the owner had to make sure he kept this area clear of any existing dumpsters and make sure that everything stayed tight around the exterior of the gravel area. But you're right, there's can't put a sign in there to say, no dumpster area. I guess I'm open to, suggestions, but our idea was to add a note to the plan and make sure that the owner knew to keep that area clear. The only other idea, and we can possibly do this, is extend the drive here,
The pavement?
the pavement, yes, and do a turnaround back in here.
That's what I was thinking is a solution to the problem, because like I said, it looks nice on the plan, it's big enough and everything, but on a daily basis, how do we know that it's gonna stay clear? People are busy, they throw stuff down. Mark Parrish is calling.
Nope,
Let me just get this quick. Sorry, I've never done this. Mark? Hey. Are you on the lake? Everybody's listening and we're on TV. We're underway. No worries. All right. Thanks, Mike.
Tell him I'm filling in for him. Again, we don't have a problem showing like an extension of the drive and having the turnaround in this area. That's totally fine. Again, we were just trying to make it show work within the site.
I don't know if I'm overthinking and just some other comment.
No, I was gonna ask about that.
Yeah, not a problem.
Has Mr. Leonard seen the revisions?
He has not. We literally changed them today.
Okay.
So we're gonna, again, now that we changed this a little bit from what we're talking about tonight, I'll make new revisions. Plus I gotta fix the way the hydrant distances go around the pavement so that we can resend it over there to him.
Mr. Leonard, do you have anything you want to address with the board on this project?
It's a work in progress. The fire department would prefer.
Can you approach, please?
I think the fire department would prefer to use the gravel as the turnaround, as he depicted in his earlier drawings. It just makes it easier, because to back out around the corner and then, do an S turn, essentially trying to back a fire engine out wouldn't be a great plan, but to back into the gravel area seems to be the most reasonable access.
So we're talking about making that the turnaround spot pavement.
Okay, that'd be great. The concern is when somebody drops a dumpster in the way, but that becomes a code enforcement issue that, we'll deal with Steve on that.
That's right. It'll be a driveway, and I don't know if we can line it.
Yeah, do you put fire lanes in or? Like a fire lane, paint the pavement?
Just this area and say, patch it out so no parking.
Perfect.
Works for me.
Thank you, always. Jim, are you done with your presentation?
Yes,
All right, we'll open the, go ahead, Jim, any questions?
No, I'm good beyond that.
Okay, I was just, refresh my memory on how many, dumpster units will be maximum in this area? Approximately.
20 to 25 are gonna be on site at any given time.
Okay, and is gravel base adequate for that type of storage?
We're proposing a heavy duty 12-inch gravel base. And now, like I said, we're gonna have part of that gonna be asphalt now.
As far as the asphalt in regards to the fire trucks of the, large poundage that they have.
Yep.
At the,
Yeah, it's gonna have to be somewhat heavy duty because the dumpsters themselves are pretty heavy.
that too, sure. Okay, I think it's a good spot for, putting this type of business
I
back
think
in
so.
there. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Mary?
So the last time you were here, I think we talked about the building in general, like we haven't seen what was proposed.
Yep, we have architecturals coming.
Okay,
Yes, I forgot to say that. Yes, we have architecturals coming. We're just waiting for the architect.
okay. And the other thing, I think Mark Parrish had some questions. Like,
Yeah,
there was
his
an
review
issue with the
letter?
Yeah, his review letter. Fencing.
He did ask for details of the fencing. Looks like you added that.
On the new plans, we addressed Mark's comments. I have them here. I apologize.
Clean out.
Yes, we had to do a clean out for the sewer as well. The note should be placed on the plan directing the contractor to contact the Cicero Codes Office to comply with sewer connection process, the estimated average daily water use. We did add to the plan. A clean out should be added for the sewer lateral, which we did again. These are on the plans that you have. It's not necessarily on this plan that's up here. The size of the sanitary sewer lateral, we put a note on the plan for that. Provide the bulk regulations. Wanted the proposed added to the bulk. We had a bulk regulation table on there. So we have now an existing column and a proposed column so that we address that. And the details should be proposed for the chain link fence, and we added that as well. Again, those plans you just got today, so I didn't expect you guys to review them at all, but yes, we've addressed his comments.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mary. Don?
All set.
I'm also as well. It's much better with this location and the access that you get.
Yeah.
So thank you for working on that, getting that done.
Yeah, and the only other thing, we are waiting on the airport to give us clearance for the building height, which we already know works, but we're just waiting for the actual email back from them.
Zach?
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with Chuck that I think this is a good location for a business like this. It's kind of tucked away and secluded. But I do have a question about the dumpsters again that are currently on site. So if everything goes in your favor, this gets approved, are those dumpsters just gonna sit there during the entire construction process? Cause I believe last time you said it was for winter storage.
That I will find out. What are the,
Okay.
what's going on with it? I didn't know that there was existing dumpsters there, so I'll find out what's gonna go on.
Okay.
The only thing I can say to that, this time of year, I believe most of the dumpsters are out at job sites. I haven't been by recently, there's still a lot stored there.
Yeah, I mean, today there's like 15. I'm just,
Yeah.
it's not necessarily a concern. I'm not complaining. It's more just, curious.
Okay.
One more question with the drive and blocking the turnaround. So this would just be employees and the owner picking up these dumpsters. These are large dumpsters. It's not a community drop off. Okay,
Customers do not come to the site.
perfect. Okay, I'm all set.
Thank you. Yeah,
All set.
Steve, anything?
All set, thank you.
Great. Tim, thank you.
Thank you. I'm the next one, so I'll stay here.
Okay. The next agenda item is for a proposed community church at 5703 State Route 31. This is sketch plan review.
Where do I know you from?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
No, thank you.
Good evening, Tim Coyer, I News and Romans. This is existing property located at 5703 New York State Route 31. If you remember, this is the old Halloween store that was over there on the north side of 31.
Yep.
With that wonderful facade that's still kind of on the building.
Yeah.
The applicant is looking to actually relocate their existing church to this site and use it for church services. It's very low key as far as the overall use, as far as dates and times that they're actually gonna be out there. The site's a little challenging. Steve's got it up there. So I just want to go down on our statement of use. They're gonna have operating hours from on Wednesday nights, 6:30 to 10 PM, Friday nights, 6 PM to 10 PM, once a month. And Sundays, 9 AM to 2 PM. They only have really one staff member. And they roughly have 20 to 25 members of their church that will be coming to this, to mass. So right now, the existing site is roughly 3/10 of an acre. So this is the existing tax parcel here. I just want to make sure everyone's familiar and sees this. There's an existing tax parcel here that is owned by the same property owner. This is a parcel and this is a parcel. So they're owned by the same property owner. And actually, so is this in the back. This is the existing driveway. So right now, this is all basically partially asphalt / some gravel in here. And there's actually a house, a residential house right here that this all kind of connects to. So there's a driveway here for the house, which is being rented out. And then there's a driveway here for this building here. We're trying to show and have roughly 20 parking spaces on this site for churchgoers. And one issue that we ran into because of the width of the site, there's an existing fence line, trying to pull pavement and parking away from this fence line so that we can have snow removal and have no issues pushing snow around the site. So what we're ended up doing is having a combined driveway / parking area on both this parcel and this parcel. We'll have to get an easement in place as far as with the current property owner and making sure that there's a access and parking agreement / easement, and Neil will have to review all that. The owner doesn't have too much interest in combining parcels or doing any type of lot line adjustment at this time. So this was the suggestion. We're gonna try and actually cut the parking and delineate this area here with some trees so that you people can't just come down this driveway and actually isolate this residential property now instead of people being able to drive right through there. Some landscaping out front. We're gonna take out this pavement and grass and seed it on the east side. They are gonna fix the facade and change that all up so it looks nice. I believe you guys were given new architecturals or a rendering of what the building's gonna look like, but again, it's a very small light use for the property and the property's not very big, so it's probably fits it the best. But if you guys have any questions, I'd love to hear them.
Neil, what are your thoughts on the parking and the lot lines? What's that?
I think they have to combine the parcels.
Good too.
This is a classic example where you'd want the owner to combine the parcels. You have, I mean, you have a common ownership. Instead of having easements that flow across back and forth, we would be better off if they combine the parcels. I don't know. I mean, I'm looking at it, trying to find out a really good reason why you wouldn't want to combine the parcels, other than they might want to sell the house off later. Yeah. You know, or.
Okay.
So you're either gonna adjust the lot line over to include the site plan, all the site plan in one lot, or combine the parcels. That's what I would recommend. Okay.
I thought that might be the issue. That's why I asked for Neil's comments first.
No, I get it. And we can talk to the owner and see what he says about combining the parcels or doing some type of lot line adjustment between them.
Jim,
You said there's only 25 members,
20 to 25
20
members.
to 25.
This is the applicant. He's here if you have any questions.
Okay. No, I'm looking at the drawing of the sanctuary. And it's pretty big.
Oh, yeah.
So are they looking to expand or over time or?
Okay, yes, I am, sir.
Okay. And would you be able to?
Could you please-
accommodate-
yeah, approach, give your name, please.
Robert Cutlars, I'm the senior leader of Cornerstone Community Church.
Okay. So would you have adequate space for parking in that if you expanded?
I think we will. The other thing that we thought of is that we do have the park and ride, less than 4/10 of a mile away, which has another 30 spaces. So if we have, conference or something, that we can set up a shuttle system if we need to.
Okay. But that's all I got for right now.
Chuck?
I'm curious, what distinction between a church and a fellowship?
There is no distinction, just most individuals don't understand that a church, that God called it an ecclesia, which is a fellowship. Modern times, we call it a church. Same distinction, same thing.
Okay. And I also have some concern about with the pews. If you filled them all up, you're over 125-ish people. Parking would be next to impossible to accommodate that.
We had a friend of mine that's an architect did that for us.
Uh-huh.
I didn't really look at exactly how many he put in there. We only have 100 chairs and we've never filled them, so.
Okay, that's all I have right now. Thank you.
Hi, I'm also concerned with parking. That if you have growth in your church, didn't know if there's potential for making spots behind it or alongside it.
We can look at extending the parking lot farther back. Got top of the property on the thing now is, you're really just dealing with this as far as the contract agreement. The use of the land, so we can talk to the property owner with the concerns, so we do more parking.
And then you did include landscaping.
Yep, so we show a hedgerow here, we also add some trees in here, and landscaping around the building.
And there's gonna be a sign.
There's an existing sign actually that sits right here. We're actually gonna move it back, and part of
part of hopefully when we move forward, we might get a variance for the new sign location. Right now, it's actually sitting in the public right of way. It's mostly in the public road, so we're gonna have to slide that back and get a variance for it.
And how far is that from the intersection of Route 11? Like how far? I'm just,
I can find that next. I don't know.
yeah, I'm just thinking of traffic being backed up.
All set?
Yep.
Done?
Thank you.
I'm pretty much in line with the rest of the board on the seats in the church or pews, whatever, in excess of 120. I'm very concerned about parking. I mean, it's there. Can you draw me a picture of so that you can show me if this many people are in, we've got this much room for parking and
And one thing you might. Nice drawing as far as how many people are-
yeah, well, he said, the gentleman said 100,
We have
Chairs.
100 chairs.
100 chairs, yeah.
I don't know, I mean, I'm not good enough to figure all that out. That's why I had him do it.
That's still quite a few people per parking space.
So we'll go by the plan. The plan shows 126.
We couldn't,
We'll adjust the plan so it looks better. Yeah.
we wouldn't want parking along on 31.
No,
Mm-mm.
I'm good.
Where do you worship now?
Right now, we're temporarily with Kruger's Funeral Home down in Mattydale. We lost our other place because the landlord the new guy bought the whole building and wanted us to leave, so we kind of had to. And what we do.
So I'm just gonna echo the concern about the parking. 126 seats. How many people are involved in the actual presentation of the mass? 4. So there goes at least 2 spots, right? So now we're down to 17 spots. I don't know how it works, so that's gonna have to be something you address, and you said you would. Elevation, much better than what's there now, so that's very good news. That's all I have right now. Zachary,
I'm all set.
you're good?
Thank you.
Neil,
All set for now.
Steve,
Nothing
anything?
to add this time. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tom.
Thank you.
KOT.
And maybe it was Dane was up further away on 31.
And the last agenda item is a continuation of a site plan review. This is for the Burger King at 7831 Brewerton Road. Good evening, how are you?
Good evening, Robert Blood, Friedman Peterson Incorporated, representing Carol's LLC on the proposed renovation on the Burger King at Brewerton Road. Since we were here in May, as our recent submittal suggests, Carol's has decided to remove all site-related scope of work from the project, make this a building-only renovation moving forward. This is being done in the interest of time primarily, with the variance requirements for the full lane canopy on the back of the building. The likelihood of a New York State work permit for the sidewalk connection and other reasons. Only the building is slated for renovation now because you folks have provided comments. The last meeting was pretty much centric towards the building. We wanted to show you the updated plans, site plan being basically existing conditions. The double drive-through planned on the west side of the building would be removed since the canopy over the drive-through lane has been also removed. And the various improvements to the handicap parking and the accessible route have also been removed. The one component would be just changing the panel on the existing pole sign along Brewerton Road. As far as the building elevations go, in compliance with design guidelines. The primary change here is one gray color instead of the three that were originally proposed, which we believe provides the maximum of 4 colors on the proposed building now. If you could go to the next slide, there you could see that the Home of the Whopper sign next to the main entrance has been reduced by 75%. And the feature wall behind it has been reduced in width by approximately 1.5 feet.
So the actual structure of the building, that's going to stay in the way it is now?
Yes, it always was going to. Nothing has changed with the plans for the building. It's just a facade renovation. Footprint doesn't change. There's canopies. The full width lane canopy on the back of the building will be substituted with smaller canopies not to exceed 4 feet in width out from the building. They'll be mounted from the wall, not on freestanding posts. The previous elevation sheet would show you that location, but that would be well within the variance requirements as far as side yard setback.
We'll open up the questions. Jim,
I'm good.
you're good? Chuck?
I'm just curious, why did they reduce the Home of the Whopper by 75%?
Because of the comments from this board that it was way too big.
Okay, well, that's a 180-degree turnaround. And it's probably just this rendering here, but when I'm looking at that, those words just blend right into the background. But I assume they're distinct.
Just to attempt to comply with your guidelines.
Kind of like what they have now,
Thank you.
which is what the board asked for.
It's
Mary?
Can you show the front, what we'll see from Route 11,
That one.
the top one?
That's one.
top is the front. At the bottom drive-through elevation, you can see the 2 smaller canopies over both the pay and pickup windows.
Is there a change to the sign too? There's a new panel? No, that's the same?
I believe that's the same as.
Okay. So the front elevation, you're taking off the top, right? Like right now, it has an extension.
Yeah. There's no change in the building height. It's all one consistent height.
Okay. Well, the change from what it is now,
Change from what it is now,
Yeah.
not a change from what we initially submitted.
right?
Right.
Okay.
Done?
No.
I'm all set.
As am I. Zach?
Was the large change in plans due to the board's pushback or just the
No. it was,
timeframe?
Timing and budget issues. They are mandated as a leasing to complete these type of renovations before the end of the year. I'm responsible personally for 10 of them across the state. They have close to 50 across the country, and, you know, we're in the summer and they got their eye on getting these wrapped up comfortably before the end of the year. So there's no rush to beat the clock.
All right. I don't think I've ever seen a 2-lane Burger King. I tell you, I was kind of excited. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm gonna be able to see one, but
There's a nice new one in DeWitt.
I want to do it. Thank you.
Neil?
So,
I'm all set too. Thank you.
So we're good to go.
Yep.
Okay. I'll make a motion for the standard seeker. Do you have a second?
Second,
Mr. Duval,
Yes.
Mr. Abbey,
Yes.
Ms. Scanlon,
Yes.
Mr. Bloss.
yes.
And I vote yes on the seeker passes. You propose a motion for approval, please.
and I move for adoption of resolution approving the application known as Carol's LLC Burger King, 7831 Brewerton Road, for proposed remodel and alterations. Its approval is strictly conditioned on the following: 1, the color scheme renderings and or elevations as presented by the applicant to the planning board in regards to this application shall be incorporated by reference into the site plan and the board's approval thereof. Accordingly, actual project must substantially conform to the items.
Would somebody like to make that a motion?
That's in the form of a motion.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Mr. Duval,
Yes.
Mr. Abbey,
Yes.
Scanlon,
Yes.
Mr. Bloss.
Yes.
And I vote yes. Good luck with the project.
Thank you.
Have a good night. That concludes our agenda items. Any discussion, comments from the team? Do we have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Meeting is adjourned. Stay cool.
I just wanted to say that on the board.
Still have a bit of an.
Keep cool the Coolidge.
I don't like the design, so. Oh my.
So the next meeting is on a Monday as well.
As a point, yeah, it's the, it's after the holiday.